So, winterizing your bike, big problem for bikes. Obviously a lot of exposed metal, a lot of exposed parts in there, especially in the UK and anywhere who puts salt on the roads through winter. If you're going to ride all year like I do, you can see the streaks on the side of the bike there. So first thing we're going to do is get clean, and do that we're going to use a bit of muck off and also some good old-fashioned elbow grease. So it might be worth saying the reason for using muck off. Obviously rear wheel's the place that gets a lot of the crap, and obviously chain fling and things like that. All I've done is spray it, wash the rest of the bike, so it's been on for a couple of minutes, and as you can see it's coming straight off. And just a bit of patience and the right stuff, and away you go. Right, so we're just washed. As you can see, we're still dripping wet. Usually I would leather the bike off and then give it a good polish, something like Auto Glim or Maguire's, but today we're looking at protecting plastics and paintwork from salt. So next thing we'll do is apply this stuff, which is another muck off product. This is a bike spray. It's got PTFE and different things in it, basically just to coat the bike and stop salt and things sticking to it. I'm going to use this on the plastics and then a couple of other products on other parts of the bike. So plastics covered. Next little bit is to do the metal. Now, although that stuff's quite good, I'm not sure it's entirely the best stuff for the metal work. One thing we're going to do is take out all of these wee bolts. See here? Every single one of those is coming out, and they're all going to get a nice dose of copper grease. That's going to basically stop them seizing in, so that next year when I want to take them out, they actually come out rather than just sticking in or shearing off or rounding off and end up having to be drilled out, which is an absolute nightmare. I don't know if you can see, but this one's still got stuff on it from last year, which is great, and that's why it's come straight out. So time consuming when you take out every single one of them, but very much worth doing. The next thing that we'll be putting on, and that'll be on the wheels, and for this bit I would certainly use a paintbrush because this is very slippy. So although it comes in an applicator, basically spray it into the top or lid of something else and then paint it on. This is ACF 50. This stuff is very expensive, as you can see, actually used as an anti-corrosion formula for aircraft and helicopters. So it's pretty much the best stuff you can get for your bike. And on kind of more obvious places, I'm going to be using this Scott Oiler FS 365, which I started with last year. It's a little bit cheaper than the ACF 50, and again you can paint it onto all the kind of exposed metal areas, especially the polished bits of the bike, and it's a regular reapplication. So for me, the best form of attack is defence in this case, and making sure that you get all the right products, taking a little bit of time to do the bike properly. You'll keep the value and you will stop it seizing up, rusting on you, and basically falling to bits around you. This is where it's important to paint. You absolutely do not want this stuff on your brakes or on your tyres. It's very, very, very slippery. The ACF 50 smells quite nice as well, which is good, but rather than spray it on, just be a little bit more careful about how you apply it. Get a brush, take a little bit more time, and just make sure it goes on where it's needed and where you actually want it to be. Okay,